Good morning. Welcome to our yoga class this morning. I'm Monica. This is Open Heart Yoga Center. So if you're joining me today, please find a seated position on your mat, using your props to get comfortable. Any position that feels good to you. Sometimes it might feel good to sit on a height. I'll show you I'm sitting on my brick. And then if you sit on your brick or your bolster, you could bring your feet parallel to each other. So the heels are almost in a line. This is easy pose or Chakrasana. Palms of the hands facing up, so the shoulders are nice and relaxed. And we'll start with our gentle meditation, bringing our awareness inward. Close the eyes. Gentle focus on the breath. Just letting your breath be natural. And take a moment to notice the texture of your breathing. Is it smooth? Is it jagged? Is it full? Is it weak? Is it tense? Is it relaxed? And then very gently we're starting to increase our breath in. So we're breathing belly, feel the diaphragm stretch downward like a disc. And exhale, bringing your belly towards your chest, towards your spine, And then inhale again to the belly. And exhale, belly towards your spine, like you're squeezing the air out. That diaphragm is like a mushroom shape under your ribs. Diaphragmatic breath. Inhale, the belly expands, and exhale, you feel your diaphragm under your ribs. Good, and now let's take a hand and put it at your diaphragm, and then the other hand at your chest. So when you inhale, you feel your diaphragm drop down, creating more space for your lungs. And then you keep on breathing in. So you feel your ribs stretch and your chest rise. And then exhale, feeling your belly back towards your spine, the chest drops. 3 levels of breath. Belly, ribs, chest, and then exhale. Chest, ribs, belly. Good, diaphragm is up under your ribs, and then feel it again. Diaphragm drops down. Ribs, chest expand, and exhale. Belly to your spine. Now close your eyes if you haven't already. And let's do 5 more of these 3 leveled breaths together. Okay, when you finished your 5 breaths, drop your hands back down with your palms facing up, and then bring your chin to your chest, keeping that spine nice and long, turning your head to look over your left shoulder, nice breath in. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest, and then slowly take your head to the right. Exhale to the chest. Keeping the shoulders drop down, making like a smiley face. Inhaling when your head tilts to the side, looking over your shoulder. Exhale, chin to the chest. Spine is nice and straight. Good, then we'll make a full circle. So head goes all the way back. And then that smiley face. Chin around the collarbones. Inhaling up and exhale. Down. And circle the other way. Good. And then bringing your head to the center. Very nice. Good morning. Bringing your fingertips on your shoulders. Let's roll them back. For those of you just joining me, I'm sitting in easy pose on my yoga brick. That's why my back is so straight. Not because of any effort, because I'm propped up on my sit bones. Circling the other way. Good. And then interlace your fingers in front of you. Push the palms away. Feel a nice stretch in your shoulders as you lift in the spine. Good, look up. Uplifted, energy going up. And then take your left hand across and the back of your right hand into your waist. Lift in the spine, drop the shoulders. Good, and then gently release to the center. Interlace your fingers in front of your chest. Move them one finger along. Push the palms away. And then lift. Look up. Good. Then bring the right arm across the back of your left hand into your waist. Gently twist. Good. And then release to the center. I'm taking my brick away, bringing the forehead to the mat. So here's sitting bones on the mat. Forehead coming down as far as you want, or take that brick and bring it forward. Long deep breath, letting the low back stretch up. Good, and then rolling up one vertebra at a time. When you come all the way up, we're taking the legs out and shaking them out. Not spending too much time sitting. And then circle your knees and your ankles. Let's warm them up. One way and the other way. Good. All right, soles of the feet together. Butterfly. We in yoga love the image of the butterfly, don't we? Change is the only constant. And we're okay with change as yogis, as awake people. We're going with the flow of change. Just like the butterfly, caterpillar. Looks like the end of the ego, kind of scary. And then there's the lightness of the flight of the butterfly, when ego is seen through. So nice. Okay, forehead to your toes. So we're releasing that ego tension out of the whole body. It lives everywhere. And then roll up one vertebra at a time. Nice. All right. Take the legs back out. Give them a shake. Good. And then take the right knee to the chest. Give it a hug. Find those sit bones. Rock until you find the sit bones. Activate the left leg. Cross your right foot over your left leg, and the left arm is giving yourself a nice loving hug. Rotate the right shoulder back. We're twisting gently to the right. And Lord of the Fishes. Long deep breaths. Good, and then releasing back to the center. Taking your right foot to the inside of your left leg. Find those sit bones. Butterfly with the right leg. Or take a prop and put it under your right knee. Good. Arms overhead to stretch. And then exhale forward and down. Waking up the hamstring. Long deep breaths. Good, and then reach. And then inhale, coming all the way up to stretch up. Wake up your core. Hands to your heart. Good. Butterfly. One more time. Being where you are in this moment. Good. Okay, let's take the right leg out and hug the left knee. Find your sit bones by rocking and activate that right leg. Cross the left foot over loving hug. Rotate in that left shoulder till the arm goes back and twist. Good, and then release. Taking your left foot to the inside of your right leg, butterfly, or prop up your left leg. Nice active and straight right leg. Arms overhead to stretch up and look up. Exhale. Lengthen the spine, forward and down. Good, then reaching over your right leg, engage the core to come up and stretch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good, all right, let's bring our bodies to hands and knees, like crawling like a baby. So like we're gonna crawl like a baby, and then we're gonna take the left arm out and the right leg back. Right arm is under the shoulder, and then curl up in a little ball. Inhale, stretch the right leg and the left arm straight out, strengthening the core and the spine, lower back, and then curl up. Moving with your breath, inhaling, and then exhaling. Inhaling, and exhaling at your own pace. Good, then we're taking the right leg and the left arm out to balance, look at something, and then bringing your left arm behind you. Maybe this is enough. If it's not, lift the right foot up and hold on to it in the bow. Good, and then stretch it back out and release. Child's pose. Any variation to stretch out that low back. Long deep breaths. There's some gentle awareness on that flow. All right, so the left leg is coming back and then up, right arm out. Find something to look at, and then exhale to curl. Inhale to stretch, lengthen the spine. Exhale to curl. Inhale to stretch. Exhale. And inhale. Good, then we're going to stretch it out to hold. Good. Then if it's available, this is optional. Right arm is going behind you. Bend your left knee so you can find your foot or your ankle. Kicking that foot up and away for the bow. And then stretching it back out. Good. And then we'll release back to child's pose. Any variation of child's pose that feels good to your lower back. And breathe, long and deep. Good. Okay, let's roll up one vertebra at a time. All the way up. When you come all the way up to sitting on your heels, get your yoga brick and sit on it. So putting the yoga brick under your sitting bones. This is hero pose. Good. All right, hands in your lap, palms facing up. And then inhale, squish your shoulders up. And exhale, push them down. Inhale, squish your shoulders up. Exhale, push them down. Good. All right, taking your arms behind you. We're bringing the fingers in and the heels of your hands away. Coming back until you feel a little bit of a stretch in your quadriceps. If it's available, to lift your chest and look up or look behind you. If this is too easy, you're doing this on your elbows. So coming down on the elbows and heads going back. Some of you, the head might touch in the fish. Good. If you're on your elbows, straighten your arms. So we're all doing this with the straight arms. Lift the chest. Let your head go back. And then we're coming to child's pose. So bringing the arms in front of you, remove your brick. And this time, let's take the knees apart. So you're doing child's pose, knees apart, getting a nice stretch in your hips. Long, deep breaths. Good, and then rolling up one vertebra at a time. Good, all right, let's do our first downward dog of today. So find your downward dog and walk it out a little bit. And then we're going to do a little bit of a three-legged dog core exercise, sort of what we did in hands and knees. So we're going to take the right leg high. You want to stretch your hips out to lean a little bit to the left, that's okay. And then we're going to do that curl, sort of like what we just did. So we're going to bring the right knee to the forehead in a plank curl. And then inhale, leg is coming up again. Exhale, bringing your knee towards your forehead. Half of a curl, half of a plank, really. Moving with your breath, really important. Exhale, curl. Inhale, stretch. Good, okay, let's step back to downward dog or take a break in child's pose if you need. Good, and then we'll try the other side. So coming back to downward dog, if you're in child's pose, finding your three-legged dog with your left leg high. I've got my hips stacked a little bit. And then a plank curl. And moving again with your breath. Inhale to stretch. And exhale, curl. Good, and then we're going to step back to downward dog or child's pose. If you're in down dog, you can walk out your dog. If you're in child's pose, let that low back stretch. Good, and then we're all going to go back to downward facing dog, a little bit narrow. Meaning walk your feet in a couple inches, say. And then spreading out your fingers, we're going to do a little balance here, trying to take your right hand to the outside of your left ankle. Or right hand to left foot, or right left leg. Good, and then change. So find your very wide spread out right fingers, and then take your left hand towards your left foot, or ankle, or leg. Giving the shoulders a little stretch. Good, and then back to downward dog and walk your feet back where they were. Nice, and then we'll do a cobra, our first cobra of today. So gently bring the knees to the mat. Dip, chest and chin. Elbows are in, notice, and then cobra, or if this is your first back bend of today, cobra on your elbows. Good. All right, child's pose. Sitting back into the heels. Long, deep breaths. Coming up to hands and knees. You know how much I love cat and cow, even though we kind of already did it. We're going to do it again. Easy cat, cow, so we can focus on the breath. The exhale in the cat, the inhale in the cow. So where your mental focus is right below your ribs, your diaphragm. So important for the health of your vagus nerve, the big nerve that runs down your body, which affects the function of so many parts of your body, including your digestion. Diaphragmatic breath. Good, all right. So once you find the cow, walk your hands a hand's distance forward, dip, chest and chin, and then roll up to cobra. Not holding it too terribly long. Downward facing dog. Good. Okay, let's walk up to the front of the mat. So walk your feet to your hands until you find a standing forward bend. Holding your elbows if you like, or holding your bricks. Holding yourself in two. Soft knees and standing forward bend. Finding the four corners of your feet. Good, and then very soft knees to roll up one vertebra at a time. And when you come all the way up, arms are coming overhead to stretch up. Cross one thumb over the other thumb, a little back bend. And then hands to your heart. Good, okay. So hopefully we're feeling energetic for our sun salutation this morning. So come back to the front of the mat. Feet together or a little bit apart. And then inhale, bring the arms overhead. Take a nice stretch or a back bend. Good, and then coming down to standing forward bend. Finding your bricks if you need them, hands beside your feet. Take the right leg back. We're doing a low lunge. So the right knee is gently coming down or on a folded blanket. Bricks are beside your left foot. Little back bend if that's available. Stepping back to the plank. And then exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra, or cobra on the elbows. Downward facing dog. Long deep breaths. Good, when you're ready, look between your hands. Either take a big step or bring your left knee down first. Then the left knee's coming down, finding your bricks. Bring your bricks in a bit. If it resonates, a little back bend. If not, just sink the hips. And then stepping your left foot to your right foot. Standing forward bend. Folding in two. Tummy to the thighs. Good. All right, wings are coming out. Use your core to come up. Arch back. And hands to your heart. Good. All right, standing back bend to start. If your low back doesn't like standing back bend, just stretch up. Always listening to your body. Standing forward bend. Left leg is going to step back for the low lunge. Sink the hips and look up. Plank pose. Hands under the shoulders. Nice steady breath here in the plank. Attention to which muscles are keeping you buoyant in the plank, so it feels light in your spine. Knees, chest, chin to cobra, or child's pose. Downward facing dog. Good, taking a step with your left foot. Right knee is coming down. A little back bend if you want, or just sink your hips. And then the right foot is stepping forward. Standing forward bend. Good. Wings out to come all the way up. Arch back. And then hands to your heart. Good. Okay, let's come to the center of the mat. Facing me. And we're going to try the chair together. So sitting in an imaginary chair, arms overhead, look up. Very nice. Once you find your chair, hands to prayer. And we're going to take a twist. So right elbow over your left knee for a twist. Thumbs at your sternum. Good. Coming back to the center. And let's try to twist the other way. Left elbow over your right knee. Thumbs at your sternum. Looking up. Good, and then coming back to the center, arms overhead. We're coming up to a standing back bend, or just stretch up. And standing forward bend. Coming back down, taking hold of your big toes with your index and middle fingers. Pulling up on your big toes and pressing down with your big toes at the same time. Big stretch for the hamstrings. Good. And then releasing your bind, softening your knees, rolling up, one vertebra at a time. All right, when you come all the way up, take the arms overhead, cross your thumbs, and stretch. And exhale, hands to your heart. Good. All right, bend your knees, take a little jump. How's that? Little jump to the triangle. So the left heel's back a teeny bit, the right foot's all the way out. Arms are coming out, and we're going to reach over the right leg. So this should be easy triangle for you. So when we jumped, we did an easy jump. It's not your super widest triangle. And then taking the left arm over, we're going to hold this side stretch for a few breaths. Good. Inhale, coming all the way up. All right, let's keep the arms up and flip the palms up. Turn your feet the other way. So grip a little bit with your triceps. So the left toes are going out. That right heel back a tiny bit, and then reach and tilt into the triangle. Good. Then we're going to take that right arm over and hold our side stretch a little bit. Good. Swing all the way up. And then let's rest the arms. Good. All right. Let's do toes out and heels in. Plie. Hands to your heart. Okay, once you find your goddess pose, if you're a man, God pose, close your eyes, and we'll challenge the balance. See if you can do this with your eyes closed. Gotta find your toes, don't you? Good, now flutter your eyes open. We're going to stretch up. Good. Arms are coming down. Interlace your fingers behind you. Give your shoulders a little squeeze. Shoulders away from the ears. The toes are in, the heels are out like pigeon toes. Soft knees as you push the hips gently forward for a back bend. Find those big toes and forward bend. Hinge from the waist, hands over your head. Good, okay. Let's move back to our lunge. So it doesn't matter which way you lunge. We're finding the long part of the mat in a lunge and then stepping back to downward facing dog. And then knees, chest, chin to cobra. Exhale. Inhale. And child's pose. Long, deep breaths. Good. Okay, roll up one vertebra at a time. So, we've been doing steps of the headstand through our videos and our classes. So, I'm going to remind you how to do the headstand, and we're going to do just some steps, okay? So, first step is sitting on your heels that we've already done. Second step is to wrap your hands around your elbows. Not a little bit, all the way around. And then you plant your elbows. Then you interlace your fingers with the karate chop point of your hand on the mat. You have a webbing with your hands. Then you're going to find the flattest part of your head. So your arms and your wrists make a vise for your head so it doesn't wobble. Good. Okay, once you've got that, come up onto your tippy toes. And then walk your feet in towards your body like you're doing a sitting forward bend. And lift the sit bones. Take one foot, bring it towards your bum, step it down, and then take the other foot towards your bum and step it down. That might be enough for you. If you want to try both feet towards your bum, you try it. This is half headstand. Or you're in child's pose. Then if this is easy, the knees are going to very slowly come up and the feet very slowly coming up. you're done, you're going to try to come down the same way that you came up. So we're doing this in slow motion to not flip over or anything like that. So we're going very slowly. And then we'll take one foot gently down, and then the other foot down, and child's pose. Child's pose is very important after when you put all the blood in your head, to let the blood recirculate so you don't get lightheaded. Okay, once you feel like you're rested in child's pose, rolling up one vertebra at a time, and then take your legs out and give them a shake. So even if you didn't do the whole headstand, you can work on the half headstand and step by step. Okay, giving the legs a little shake. I'm coming on the long way of my mat, arms overhead, exhale coming forward and down. Stretching the back after the headstand. And if this is challenging for you, you could use a prop and rest your head on a prop like this. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Good, and then inhale, reaching your arms overhead, looking up, and hands to your heart. All right, gripping with your knees and legs, we're coming down to lying on our backs. So look at your feet as you come down. So everything stays in a nice line. Slowing it down to challenge your core. And then when you come all the way down, bring your arms behind you and have a nice stretch. So arms go back and stretch, feet, legs, back, and arms. I'm doing like swimmer's arms, if you know what that is, crossing your wrists and hands to prayer. Good, and then if you're doing like me, swimmer's arms, do it the other way, or if you're crossing your thumbs, cross your thumbs the other way, and stretch. Chin is in a little bit towards your chest. And then take the right knee in. Keep that left leg nice and long, giving your right knee a squeeze to your chest. Breathing long and deep. Good, and then with your left hand, we're taking that knee over to the left, head to the right, in a spinal twist. Good, okay, let's come back to center. Right knee to chest. And then taking the right leg up for the splits. Little movements, if that feels good to you. And then you hold your stretch. So you feel a little intensity, but nothing that's distracting. And close your eyes. Good. Next breath in. Use your core to bring your head to your knee. And then inhale, bring your head down. On and exhale. Take that right leg down. Take your time. Good. When the legs are together on the mat, bring the arms back behind you and stretch. Make sure everything's lined up. Feet, legs, back, and arms. The chin's in a little bit. And then left knee is hugging into the chest. Right leg is straight. And breathe. Into the diaphragm. Good, okay. Left arm is out, shoulder height. That knee is going over to the right, head to the left. Eyes are closed. Long, deep breaths. Good. Coming back to the center. Making sure everything's lined up. Head, neck, and spine. Left knee to the chest. And then the left leg is coming up for little splits, little movements. if that feels good to your hamstring. And then find a stretch you can hold and close your eyes. Breathing into the diaphragm. Good. And then if it resonates, engage your core, bringing your forehead to your knee. And then on an inhale, take that head back down, arms down. And then on an exhale, left leg is coming down. And then let's take both knees to the chest. Give yourself a nice loving hug. Massage out your lower back. Okay, so our last pose is going to be the bridge. I'm going to use my brick here. You don't have to. The brick is so nice. When you take the brick and you put it under your sacroiliac joint, that bony part behind your pelvis, you can really just hang out here in the bridge. It's a restorative pose then. There's no effort at all. Well, I quite like it, but if you don't have your brick, or if you want a little bit more workout, of course you can remove it. Either way. Any height of the brick, of course. I've got palms facing up, but your arms can do whatever they like. Some people like arms up in the air. That's very restful for your shoulders. Some people like interlaced fingers. You find what resonates with you and close your eyes and let's just hang out in the bridge for a while. A few breaths. Now notice when your mind starts to move, which it does all the time, of course, and you can very gently notice that and notice sensations in your body, where you're working, where you're stretching, just that observing mind. We're hanging out as that observing presence. How's that feel? Okay, some of us are doing the wheel, some of us not. If you want to try the wheel, bringing your hands under your shoulders, elbows are coming up, and then you're straightening your arms. And then we're all going to come down from our back bend, whatever variation you're doing, and bring your knees to your chest. Massage out your lower back. And then hold your ankles from the insides of your legs or your feet. Lengthen out the back of your neck. If happy baby resonates, happy baby. Either one of those. And breath down in the diaphragm, in the belly. Soles of the feet together, bringing your feet to the mat. Hands on the diaphragm one more time, and we're going to breathe long and deep in Baddha Konasana. Good, and then close your eyes. I'm going to hold the space for you. You're going to relax for a few minutes. So whenever your hips tell you, you stretch your legs out or use any props that you need to. Hopefully one of the nice things about doing yoga on a live stream like this is that you're not in a comparing mind. I know sometimes we go to a class and the mind automatically tends to compare. oneself to someone else. So we're going to exhale out that stress and tension that comes when you compare. Even if it's comparing yourself to yourself. Take a few long deep breaths and exhale out that tendency to compare. This is a unique, never to be repeated moment. And comparison is the thief of joy. So with every breath you exhale, allow your body to relax. Eyes are closed. And continue to breathe in this unique, never to be repeated moment. And exhaling out stress of any kind. Now bringing your awareness back to your breath. And then gently add some movement into your body. Hands and feet. Or any stretches that you like. And then gently making your way up to sitting. And this unique moment includes all of us simultaneously, all the time. So indeed we are one. One happening, one life. And then bringing your hands to your heart and bowing down to your own unique vision. Namaste. So thank you so much for joining me on the live stream, and we'll see you again soon at Open Heart.